There we go. Good morning, everyone. Sorry for the delay. Good morning. StreamYard was having some issues this morning. Traffic is unexpectedly high right now. We're recruiting more resources to handle it. Please try again in 30 to 60 seconds. We're all set. We're in. Good morning. Welcome in. All right. Built into Tradeovate. All right, we are all set finally. That took longer than expected. Good morning, guys. Good morning. We Buy Houses UK, Kenny, Matt, Hat. All right, for today, I just want to take a look at the past week of price action. Actually, we're still within. We haven't really budged since Tuesday last week, so it's been a full week since we've moved more than $2 on SPY. Same exact thing on Qs as well. Last Tuesday we were at 717. We're at 711 right now, 712. Probably going to be trading gold again today. The good thing is that my pre-market analysis doesn't really mean anything on gold. I thought we were going to have a little pop-up after that drop last night, but ended up just flattening out. Gold and MCL are both on the table today in terms of data, and we're going to go and take a look at that real quick here. So IB by rejection for a Tuesday on CL, just clearing these off the table before we get into the analysis on Qs. So if we have the high form first, we can take the trade today. If we have the low form first on crude, I believe, I checked a little bit earlier. Low form first, we can take that trade today. For QQQ on a Tuesday, there is no advantage to going long or short, 50-50. It's getting a little bit better for the low form first, so maybe we'll be able to go and take a low side trade. All in all, I think that we should be able to get some clean setups today. Now, I almost took the IB on MNQ last night. Never ended up touching it. Kind of pittered out a little bit, it's okay. It's the current trend that we've been in. Not really much we can do about it. I do want to take a look at... So this is very important in terms of the point that I'm trying to make on the stream once I log in here. So this is my current journal for the month of August, as you can see. And we'll talk about this a little bit more when Dan gets on as well. This is how I've been trading for the month of August. Now, when I go to the recent trades, you should notice that it's very few trades. There's very few MNQ or MES trades on here. There's a couple. We did have one last Thursday, which was a nice win. But there's very few. It's mostly MCL, MGC. Out of the 120 I've taken, this is copy traded over 5, so this is 24 trades in total for the month. Very few have been MNQ. Definitely some of them have. I'm not saying that I haven't traded MNQ at all, but you can see that MES, MNQ maybe popped up on here twice. I have not touched MNQ for the past 3 weeks. So I haven't looked at any trades on MNQ. I haven't looked at getting into any long-term positions. I haven't looked at swing trading MNQ, trading it overnight. Last night would have been the first night that I would have traded MNQ. And it was because we had a really good looking Globex IB for a short, which ended up playing out really well. I'll go down to the 1 minute for this actually, because it makes it even funnier. If I can find Globex from last night, there we go. So here is it's a little bit deceiving because this is our 5:53 candle. I thought this was the 6 o'clock open when I first got on. It was not. Our 6 o'clock high to our low, which was made pretty much just at 7 o'clock. I had my limit order set at 29,131 for 3 micros last night, and then I ended up canceling it after I saw that price stayed perfectly sideways for 25 minutes. I was on stream last night, didn't end up taking any positions, just watched it, tried getting a short, and then it ultimately went and took the low. It was a really nice IB setup, but the point that I'm trying to make here is that the direction and the decision making of M&Q has been awful for this entire month, really the entire quarter. Luciana, good morning. Kenny Frank, good morning. Nathan, how you doing? Aussie, oops, I was muted. Aussie Kev, what's going on? Walk, GST, good morning. So that's been my month trading. Very few trades. I think I've only taken a handful of losses as well. 5 losses and 19 wins because they're all divided by 5. I did have 2 tilt days. I had a little tilt yesterday, trading MGC, I will add. So it was a messy chart for me. Let's see if I can go and replicate. I did end up winning in the end, which is nice. I took a long continuation directly into the open. So I took a trade just before the 5-minute open, or just before the market open, not 5-minute open. Looked for a continuation up to 4735. Ended up getting it, so I made 57 there. Waited for the IB to set. I went short at, I think, 1022. I went short 1022, added in a short at 1036, secured that short at 1045, and then I re-added into that short at 1054 because I was a little upset that I missed the move to the downside. I said, if this gets a pullback, I will go in again. It got the pullback, and then it almost ended up taking me out at the high again. Didn't add in that time, and then rode it all the way to the bottom. This was like an hour and a half worth of trading. So it was a small tilt. Ended up playing out really well. We had a 76% stat for a Monday. So comparing these stats, this is our beloved M&Q, what used to be our beloved M&Q. Compare that to MGC. Obviously, we are looking at a different weekday, so it's slightly better. MGC for a Monday. I'm in the right time frame, yes. High form first, we had a 65% stat. 65% stat to go and take the low. So it's still a lot better on gold. 68 on GLD, so it's a little bit different on the two, but the point that I'm making is Qs is just not there right now. This was with the high form first on Qs yesterday. I did not trade QQQ for that reason. Yesterday it was actually 50-50, so this is why it's so important to make sure you look at the weekday data and not just the overall data on the IB. I didn't trade M&Q yesterday. I was tempted to, very tempted to, but I ultimately opted out. And then just theorizing something into the afternoon, because we went and hit the 75, I figured it was going to go to hit the high. We never ended up hitting the high. We just got stuck here for the rest of the day. So no trades on M&Q for me yesterday, just watching. Very happy that I just watched. If I had gone short at the 50, we would have made maybe like 20% of the IB, 25%, something like that. Really just ended up watching it kind of capitulate for the rest of the day, and perfectly sideways, closed right at IB 50 with no continuation up or down. Ended up being a no break day, which is a 3% outcome. So for today, bias into the open. We'll go back over to Qs. Bias into the open for today is slightly bearish. So even though we have a 0.81% gap, we should go and retest previous day's high for the outside day. If we don't have to go and hit previous day's high, but this is setting our opening week range right now. For the opening week range, this gets set by Monday and Tuesday's high and low, and then we'll just wait for that to have a continuation into Wednesday and Thursday. You trade the same IB stats for MCL and MGC? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. What's going on, Evelina? Good morning. Hulker, good morning. MCI, good morning. Does edgeful have data for London? We'll kind of need to trade London starting this September, as I stumbled into edgeful and seems pretty cool. Yes, it does. So you can trade any time frame you want. Go into your futures assets, whichever one you want to take a look at, and then in the bottom left, click on the session time frame. I have many time frames set on here. London, you can set it from 3 a.m. to 11 if you want to watch the IB during that time frame. I think London session is 3 a.m. to 8:30, and then 8:30 to 9:30 is the pre-market for New York. New York's obviously 9:30 to 4. I have the daily time frame, which is open to close for Globex into the following session, this 23-hour time frame. Globex 6 to 11:55, Asia 7 to 11:55, Asia part 2. So these are a little bit different. They still work the same. Lunchtime 12 to 4 during New York, the opening ICT retracement, and then the PM IB, which is something Andre posted a while ago. Or the double break stats on MCL. I don't know. I haven't looked at the double break stats. The double break on the IB in general isn't very common on anything. So 36% on MCL, and then gold I think is 19. It was 19. It's at 22 now. So we've had a couple double breaks in the past week or so. That's my analysis for Qs going into the open. Same thing for SPY. We really don't have that much of a directional move going right now. It is gapped up overnight, yes, but in the bigger picture of things, we're stuck within the same range that we established last Tuesday. So it's been a little sluggish. We could, previous week's low, maybe. We could go and retest that. That's down at also Tuesday, 766.66. It's a funny market right now. It's not something that I am actively participating in. I don't really have the urge to. Yes, edgeful is very, very customizable. If you guys didn't know, you can also go into any of the get started pages and pretty much everything gets answered there, or you can scroll down to the bottom of any report. So for the initial balance breakout, for example, you have all this information at the bottom: report details, how can I use the session, how does the session work, all that fun stuff. And there's a little YouTube video there explaining it. I personally today probably not going to be trading SPY Qs. Well, I'm going to try not to. We're going to look for a trade on gold. I think we had a nice win last Tuesday. Last Tuesday was a small tilt day, actually. Scratch that. We had a really nice win on Friday. Long on M&Q, which disgusting to say that I longed it. But I did. Long on M&Q up to the IB high on Friday. Worked out really well. The reason I went long on Friday was because we ended up taking the high on SPY and Qs reversed well over the 75. I think I mentioned on stream that I didn't think it was going to hit the high. I don't remember what my exact thought process was, but It got up to like 29.4, and I said, "Oh my gosh, this is going to reverse all the way up to the high." So I took 2 MNQ longs up to it. Peak Perform, how you doing? Do you think we are going to get back having IVR rejection looking good? I am hopeful on September, the new quarter in September, starting off to a hot start or good start. I'm hopeful that quarter 3 is going to be good, or quarter 4 rather. We're in quarter 3 right now. Honestly, I don't know. It has been very difficult, and that is very apparent on the IVI rejection any weekday data, excluding gold. QQQ, no, this has been awful. So Mondays, when the highs form first, really, if we look at all weekdays too, so taking a look at all weekdays, when the highs form first, we have a 53% stat that we win on the trade. That's horrendous. The low forming first isn't bad. We've had 60 lows over the past 6 months. 45 have won, 15 have lost, but the high forming first has been pitiful. And not only has that been terrible for data, but there's 5 missing data points here, meaning that over the past 6 months, when the IB highs form first, we've had 5 no breaks. 5 no breaks on the IB. Only when the highs form first. You've been trading Bitcoin at all? I have MSTX and MSTR MicroStrategy. I'm going to be looking to do a 10K account like this, what we're doing right now. So this is on, I use Tradeify for this one. I'm going to be looking to do one of these a month. This one is, I'll actually pull up the Tradeify dashboard because we can see it a little bit clearer. Once I log in here, just give me a second. Don't steal my login. If anyone wants to email me, now you have my email. So I think I've had these accounts for, I'm all the way down to 15% consistency. Also, for anyone that is trading on those Ignite accounts, the top 1 Ignite accounts, I've had these Tradeify accounts since August 4th. That was when I took my first trade. I am just now getting sub 15%. So if you're trading on those top 1 Ignite accounts that have 15% consistency, this is what a regular month would look like. And it's been very, very difficult to get it down to 15% consistency. Not that I need to, it just needs to be below 20. And I need to make another 1,300 to get the payout. But it just goes to show how difficult the 20% consistency accounts are. They're very, very hard. Quite the tumble on gold just before the open. It's down 0.8% now. Get rid of that. Probably going to get a continuation down to like 46.50. I have noticed that gold likes to operate in 50-point increments. So last night, for example, we went from 4,700 for the low on Monday up to 47.55. We actually swept over 47.50 a little tiny bit, but the 15-minute came and closed just back at 47.50, and then we went all the way back down to 46.85. So it swept a little bit further below 4,700. The first bounce we did have was at 4,700. It bounced up 15 points and then tumbled down 35. This is the movement we're capitalizing on, though. This is the entire point I've been trying to make for the month. Gold is moving in 1 micro on any of these moves. So this pre-market move, for instance, 9 o'clock to 9:30 right now. This is currently 26 points, and the wick is another 8 points. So 34-point drop pre-market. That's $340 with 1 micro and a directional move. MNQ pre-market, same exact thing. MNQ, largest candle, has been $1 the entire pre-market session, which dollar correlates over to 40 points on MNQ. meaning that with 1 micro, you're going to catch an $80 directional move before it reverses and completely. Even if you put your stop loss at break even, it's going to stop you out. If you put your stop loss trail, it's going to stop you out. Keyboard Hulk Smash Zinc at aim.com. What the heck is that? Is my keyboard loud today? Let's see if I have that sound suppression on. I do. It reduces the background. 20 to 15% consistency is rough, like watching paint dry. I have been in actual hell with my top 1 accounts because I don't know if I would recommend those anymore. Top 1 has a rule that you cannot purposely lose money. That rule, I know it's very difficult to be. It's in your head. You're thinking, how the heck do they know if I'm trying to lose or win? If you go over your consistency, this is what I do on Tradeify. If you go over your consistency or your buffer or your profit target for the day, you just go into a micro contract and you buy and sell 20 lots at a time and you use the fees to eat down what your profit was for the day. Top 1 has a rule against doing that. You cannot use fees to lose money. So if you make too much, you either eat that profit and your consistency is all messed up, or, which is the rougher part, you try to lose money on purpose, which is probably not going to work out too well. We'll see. If I think that we should get down to previous day's high. It's only $2 away, 709.77. SPY has the same exact setup as well. So SPY should also be going towards previous day's high, which is $1 away. It's actually less than $1 away. It's 70 cents. That's how little we've been moving. It's very sluggish. So I think we should get a little snap down. I don't think we're going to fill the gap. I have no anticipation of filling the gap. If we do somehow, then great. But I don't think that's coming. I am going to be looking to trade gold today, though. I'm going to be looking to take a trade on MGC. 1 micro. My usual risk per trade is about 200, 220. I don't really size up more than that. So I go into each trade with a reasonable risk reward. I'd have to lose 10 trades in a row to lose the accounts. Now with MGC, sometimes if the range, like yesterday, the range was 13 points. So I couldn't go in with 2 micros, but I could go in with 1. So if you can't get your risk done with 1 to 2 micros, always go back and revert to 1. You don't have to make a certain amount per day, but you don't want to size up and then end up having a loss hit. How are you filtering out trades during these market conditions? I know Dan is adding Vwap. I just haven't been trading MNQ. That's the recommendation I've been making to everyone. I have not been trading MNQ. I have no anticipation of looking at MNQ. I have no reason to want to trade MNQ. Nothing. Let's see what our 5-minute orb is looking like so far. We'll go down to the 1-minute time frame. Bullish so far. We do have the double break stats doing really, really well for the orb. We're at 76% on SPY for a 5-minute double break, and QQQ is sitting at 69% for a double break on that orb. We should have breaks to the high and then maybe retrace to the downside. SPY is looking a little bit worse for wear. 5 in opening range. New York market is open, by the way. So far, we have made a 60 cent range, meaning this is a 6-point open on ES right now for New York, and QQQ is $2, so 80 points. We're not even at 100 points yet. 2 days in a row of high forming first and high breaking first on ES and NQ. I would think statistically 3 in a row would be very low. That's the point that I'm trying to make, is that we don't need to trade MNQ. What's going on, Pipsy? How you doing? Our answer to disregarding this market chop is not trading MNQ or ES. That's the best That's the best fix that I've made for this month / quarter, is not trading them. Well, at the beginning of the quarter, you can't really tell what the directional movement's going to be, but you can go into your 3-month chart. So I'm going to go on to QQQ, scroll all the way down to the 3 months. This candle right now is what? It's currently a doji. Probably get rid of that vertical line. Last quarter, when we had a phenomenal trading session, March to June, this is when I made probably the most amount of my payouts. Actually, the first quarter I did really well, but the last quarter I also did really, really well. Quarter 2. What is the directional bias on this candle? Very bullish. What's the directional bias in the current quarter? It's a doji candle. Has no idea which way it wants to go. So every quarter, and this is the exact talk that I have with Andre every time he's on stream, every quarter the market changes its bias and it changes the environment that you're trading. That's why it's so important to look at the 6-month data, because the past 2 quarters and the developing quarter is the most important data that you're going to take a look at. We have no reason to look at data from back here in 2022 or 2021. It's a completely different market sentiment. COVID, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green quarters, almost 2 years of green. And then a year of downside, and then 6 months of green, and then another year of green. Current market, though, we had a crazy 27% quarter 2, followed by a negative 3% quarter 3, with very bad indecision. It does not know which way it wants to go. So my fix for this quarter, looking at that chart, has been simply not to trade MNQ and MES. 5-minute orb is currently set. We barely missed the high. We have not yet taken the high. Missed it by, looks like 2 cents, 3 cents on MNQ. This is currently an 80-point open on MNQ. Lovely. Does anyone else's nano chart look weird? I can't get normal candles on it. There's no volume yet, Grumpy. We haven't had any volume on nanos. I saw Leo the Tiger made a tweet yesterday that he tried trading single stock futures and nanos, and his one order was the entire candle. That's how few people are trading it right now. For anyone that doesn't know, it's NNQ is your nano. NNQ. Why is it not popping up? I looked it up yesterday. I don't want it on Tradeovate. That's probably why. There we go. So NNQ, this is Nano NQ. We go and tap on the volume here. We can see that there is currently 109 volume on the opening candle, and then pretty much nothing else. This 109 correlates to 1 mini. That's how much volume we've had on nanos so far today. And then it's been 7, 11, 16, 8, 4, 6, 8. So in total, probably a mini and a half. 1.5 minis of NQ. For reference, NQ's volume is 4,500, 4,000, 3,500, 8,000. So that nano contract is a drop in the bucket. Nanos have no volume. Same thing with single stock futures too. Single stock futures just aren't getting traded at all. It's a new record for how long we can be stuck in the 5-minute opening range. Not just the 15-minute range, but how long can we be on the 5-minute open? It isn't on TradingView, no. Tradeovate, it's not on Tradeovate yet. You cannot trade nano contracts unless the broker approves it. There's very few that allow it at the moment. Webull and Robinhood allow it. That's probably where all the volume's coming from. But there's just no one's interested in getting into those contracts. Now you're starting to see normal candles. Single stock futures have been a complete bust. They've been bad. It looks like we're going to go and take the 5-minute orb low after missing the high by 3 cents. I wonder if M&Q went and took the high. Let's see. It did not. Missed it by one single point. Oh, man. I feel like we've downgraded from last week on Qs. It went from how long can we stay within the 15-minute orb to now how long can we stay within the 5-minute orb, which we are still stuck within that 5-minute opening range. Ay. I promise you, though, Keeping the West Wild, and anyone else that has this thought in their head right now. So Keeping the West Wild said 2 days in a row, the highs formed first and the high broke first on ES and NQ. Don't trade ES and NQ. You can watch them like we're doing right now because it's a little bit more exciting than going over to the MGC chart and watching this chop up and down. MGC doesn't really have directional movement into the open. So this one, you're not going to get any benefit from watching. Just wait for the IB to set on it. MCL, same thing. MCL is very low on movement into the open. This is currently a 36-cent range, 34-cent range. Don't trade MES or M&Q, and you're going to save yourself a massive headache. So 10 points is all you need on MGC. You can scale to whatever contract size you want. 10 points on MGC, I would do 2 micros. Stop loss at IB high, TP at IB low, vice versa. Entry at IB 50. This has traded much better, much more reliable than M&Q and MES for the entire quarter. Today's a great example right now too. 938. We've been so choppy and so indecisive that we just made a gap during New York Open. This candle has a gap to the downside. What this means is there was so little volume coming in at 938 to 939 that the candles formed a gap in between each other. MGC is definitely what I'm going to go and take today, but we don't need to watch it right now. And we're still within the 5-minute orb. We have yet to break it. Is there a way I can go on to TradeZella and see what ticker I traded the most? Let's see, view more. Symbol. There's got to be a way I can just look at the symbol for the month, right? I will add, this is the highest profit factor I've ever had trading gold and crude for this month. I don't think I've had a higher profit factor than 5.7. This means for every dollar I lose, I make $5.71, which is insane. And I have a positive risk reward. Baha. 79% win rate too. It's been a damn good month. I need to make another 1,300 on these accounts, so 6,200. Need this to get to 15,000 just about. Actually, 15,000 on the dot. Anyone want to play a game on how long we're going to stay within this 5-minute orb? Put a little poll out in chat. We're about to form the 15-minute orb, the same as the 5-minute orb. I'm interested to see what Dan's going to say when he gets on here. Now I'm starting to see normal candles on. I already read that one. The whole day, peak perform. What's going on, Beretta? Do you look at orb trades? Do I take orb trades? I do not. Sometimes I like to take like 3 weeks ago, I would like to take the 5-minute orb. I haven't been. We just took the 5-minute orb low in SPY, by the way. We should go and snap up and take the high, but this is disgusting. Let's go over ES. Let's see what ES has. So the entire range right now so far in the New York Open is 8 points. Our high is 7701 and our low is 7692. We've made it 8 points of movement into New York Open. Tuesdays, man. Or report on GC. That one I definitely would not trade because orb on GC overlaps with the pit open. That's why it has a 79% stat to double break the 5-minute range, which is crazy high. So if you right now, am I on MGC or GC? GLD. Right now, we formed the low first, high second. We haven't broken the 5-minute orb yet on gold. What this says is if we go and break the low, it's very likely it's probably going to snap back up and go and take the high 79% of the time. MGC has taken the 5-minute orb low. GLD has not. So we should go and make a newer low on gold, and then it's favored for it to snap all the way back up to the high. That's what the orb report's telling us on gold. That is a new orb high. 713.14. We broke it by 1 penny. How about market data this week? We have new home sales, consumer confidence at 10 in 15 minutes. We're also about to set the 15-minute orb, and I imagine this is probably going to break the high right at the 15-minute orb closure. We got a 15-minute orb now. How are we meant to trade this? Question for everyone in chat right now. How are you meant to trade this? What do you think the best what do you think the best trade right now is? A long targeting 1% up on the day? So another 0.7%. Okay. Bitcoin's having a pretty nasty pullback today too. Gold, nothing. There's our 15-minute orb taken with a dollar candle, so 40 points to the upside. Failed auction on M&Q once the IB is set. What's going on, Rafshan? How you doing? Tomorrow is NVDA earnings. Maybe that's what will break us out of this spell. NVIDIA reporting. Maybe that's what we needed. That would be nice. Well, at least we're not trading within the 15-minute orb today. Stuck within it. We have a really good-looking bull flag right here, too. Pre-market. The 15-minute time frame. If I wasn't on, if you didn't know I was on the 1-minute chart right now, you would think this is like the 5-minute or 15-minute. Did I trade today? No trades yet. Nothing yet. There's our low on the orb for gold. So data is telling us on gold, we've had 128 trading days. 101 have double broke the 5-minute opening range. 5-minute opening range, 930 to 935. We had the low form, high form. We broke the low. So this is saying that it should, on gold, 79% of the time, whip all the way back up to the high. So a reversal of 15 points right now. That's what data is telling us. That is favoring. I'm not keen on orb trades with the IB having data back stops when the orb is hard to choose levels. Yeah, I don't really trade I like the 5-minute orb double break because it's a lot easier for directional bias than the 5-minute or 15-minute orb is. The 15-minute orb is something that everyone knows. Everyone has traded one point or the other in their trading career. So it's very watered down. It's very easy for manipulation to occur at those lows and highs of the 15-minute orb. I think every single person that has ever traded knows about the 15-minute orb breakout or retest or continuation or whatever variation you want to put on the 15-minute orb. I'm pretty sure everyone has traded that at some point or the other. I got a perfect entry on ES for a double break using Sisti as an entry, a bit more than a 1-to-1. Did we get the double break on ES? Almost. I hope you enjoy your 9-point summaries. Can I check the 30-minute orb? Opening range breakouts. Let's see, 30 minutes. Are you looking for a double break stat? 30-minute orb. As I said, it's just half the IB. This is really nasty. There's no advantage on this. 39% double break, 25% breakdown, 32% breakout. It's almost a perfect pie. Symmetrical pie. Not very good. I gotta customize this back down to 5 minutes. Beautiful. All right, for our IB today, so we're gonna be taking a look at Tuesdays. For our IB today, we have no advantage if the highs form first. We have a very slight advantage if the lows form first, 63 and 36. So ideally, we have the low form first, which it's looking that way so far. SPY, do not touch this today. Do not even get the inclination to take a trade or a position on SPY. Don't do it. Save yourself the trauma. Don't do it. If anything, go over to QQQ and take like 2 minis on this. That will equal whatever you want to lose on SPY. Don't do it. We will be taking MGC or MCL. MCL right now with the low forming first is what we want in terms of data. So we go over to CL on our chart. Once it loads, 63% stat to go and take the IB high. For gold, MGC, if I think we want the high form first. High form first, we have a 66% stat. 15, 5 losses, 10 wins. It's not bad. CL's not looking that way. CL is also only a 40-cent range right now, so this isn't really opportune for us to trade. MGC is the much better option. We just need to see if this ends up getting that double break on the orb. I think data-wise, this should push all the way up to the high. On the same note, I don't really want to partake in this chop. I don't think anyone has a good time in the chop. Can you show stats for the 15-minute orb? I already showed it. 15-minute orb is no different than the 30-minute, really. It's 40%, 40%, 20%. 40% for a double break, 40% for a breakout, 20% for a breakdown. The 15-minute orb is so watered down, there's no advantage to trading it on the stats. But you can, if you get like what James does, if you get a retest of the midpoint, you can try to long it to the 15-minute orb retest, or you can short it to a 15-minute orb. What's going on, Zip? No trades for me as I'm traveling. I just came to see how you're doing. Thank you. We're not doing anything right now. Do I never trade the IB25? I do occasionally. I haven't recently. Because the market's been so difficult to assess which direction we're going to be going, I've actually tuned down quite a bit on the IB25 just because it de-risked me so often. Or it's a very acceptable risk management approach to look at the IB50 as opposed to trying to get in at the IB25 or IB30. It was good for the IB25 was good for like 2 months. And Dan will say the same thing. Dan will be on in 7 minutes. The IB25 was really good for like 2 months, 3 months maybe. And then with this chop that we've been having, it just increased what your risk was. I am very hopeful that we're going to have a good Q4. I am kind of thinking though, so humor me here. All the people that were saying that I was posting too much about the IB and that market makers were going to understand what it was and start screwing me on the IB trades, I'm starting to think that they were right. To be completely honest, I'm starting to think that everyone that told me not to boast about the IB is completely right, and that market makers manipulated me. And now that's why I'm losing on the IB. So basically, 15-minute orb is more inclined to get manipulated since everyone trades it. Here comes our 5-minute double break on Qs. The reason this double break has been working so well, by the way, is because the market is so choppy. It's so indecisive. 5-minute opening range has been very easy to double break up and down. Alex and teammates said it's because of SpaceX. Ever since SpaceX IPOs, everything's screwed. What's your opinion on it? I think he's just saying it as a joke. Him and I talk pretty regularly. Trading anatomy. I want 20 prop firms. Besides Tradeify and Lucid, what companies do you recommend without crazy rules and consistency? You can do Lucid's number one, easily. Lucid is my starting point for if I'm messing up. Well, it was until they moved me live. Now I'm on a. If I blow my accounts, I have to have a cooldown period of like 3 weeks before I get funded again. Lucid is always my number one pick. Then Tradeify. Adding on to that, you can use top one, but the consistency rules on top one are pretty ass. I would go with a My Funded Futures account. Now, you can do the rapid with end of day drawdown, but then it's 4 days to pass the account. You can also add in a Top Step account. And then you can add in Blue Guardian is a pretty good one. Blue Guardian Futures. But if you want 20, Lucid, Tradeify, and then probably My Funded Futures and Top Step. The only problem with My Funded Futures and Top Step is that you have to have 2 days to pass the evals with 3,000 profit, which kind of stinks. I like the instant fund is a lot more, but the 20% consistency is your trade-off. What was the data like last summer for the IB? Could be just a summer thing. Yeah, it is just a summer thing. You can go into, I like to look at it on the algo optimizer. looking at the Ivy strategy for last summer, you can see the drawdown periods from last year was the same time from June to the end of August, and then it started picking up. And then we had during November, we had 1 week of pretty nasty drawdown. But the overall profit on this, the equity curve, is the more important thing to look at. 2.17 profit factor. The equity curve is phenomenal to the upside. That's the main benefit. So if you are having difficulty with the IB, obviously the IB optimizer on the algo is a little different. It doesn't trade the IB breakout the same way we do, but the equity curve should give you a little hope that it's going to work out. See if we get that 5-minute double break. Gold's also going up for that double break right now. 5-minute orb double break. Top step is not intraday trailing now. Can you pass an out eval with the algos? Yes, you can. Not Canva. Trying to see if we have any. I just got an alert on my phone for Walter Bloomberg, but I don't see anything of significance on there. Why doesn't TopStep have end of day anywhere? People can't find it then. TopStep does have end of day. There's our double break on the orb, by the way. 5-minute double break taken, and gold's also about to go and reverse all the way up to the 5-minute double break. Very nice. That is playing the stats. Gold's actually really, I would kind of wish I'd jumped in that one with one. I don't want to chase it up now because then it's only a 5-point reward, but that is very good data for such a small time frame. 5-minute double orb break, 79% of the time, 101 out of the past 128 days, we've had a double break on that 5-minute opening range, and we're about to go and snap it right now. How about Funded Next? You could do Funded Next too. I always forget about them. I am partnered with them as well. Funded Next, the rapid accounts, they're 3 days to a payout, but it's still 2 days to pass, and they don't have they have a 1 day to pass account. I believe it has trailing intraday drawdown though, which is something that you'd want to avoid. Mr. Dan Cook.
Good morning, man.
Good afternoon from.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're a little laggy. Good afternoon from Sri Lanka.
Thank you. Oh, good. It's what is it now? It's 7:30. So, or like good night. How's your weekend been, mate?
It's been really well. It's been going really well.
Yeah.
Reading the market pretty good right now.
Yeah, you're doing really well.
I am on a month and a half right now. You said it. I've been thinking this to myself the entire month. You said when the month started, the slow months, I don't remember who told you this, but I remember the first Tuesday stream we had of the month, August 4th, you said the slow months usually ramp up and end up being your best month.
Yeah, I think that's from my I remember the beginning of the month, because the beginning of the month we didn't take any trades for the first
whole week.
Yeah, it was proper. It was proper quiet, wasn't it? But I think that's what I've just seen from my own data. It's just the months where I, have that first week, maybe one trade, two trades max, something like that, and I'm thinking, oh, it's slow. Oh no, what's happening? And then it just ends up being a good month. While versus the months where I've taken loads of trades in that first week, already set myself back psychologically, playing a part on me as well. And then, you're playing catch up, aren't you, for the rest of the month? But you've done so well, because, I mean, I know certainly I was ill for most of last week, so I missed some horrendous price action. I'm not gonna lie. I looked at the charts on Sunday when I was a bit better, and I looked at the trading, and I had a good giggle to myself, because I was just thinking, oh my goodness me, there would have been a couple of days where I probably would have got smashed. Probably. Yep. You know what I mean? Who knows in the situation? But I had a good giggle to myself, because you know what it's like when you miss a day and you think, oh, have I potentially missed a clean trade today? And I looked at the trades and it's like, oh my goodness me, I missed some absolute corkers last week on NQ. I know you've been doing really well with gold and oil, and that's awesome. Fair play to you for making the switch.
Yeah, it's the best decision I made.
Yeah, fair play. How I saw I saw you were streaming on Friday with a 4x Ike. How was that?
It was very fun.
Yeah, I can imagine.
He's very fun. Imagine. We should try to get him on here.
You should, yeah. He is a character and a half. I love him to pieces, because he just makes trading fun. Like I just that's where I feel he sort of makes it. He admits he's not the smartest person in the room. He admits he knows, he doesn't know where the markets are going to go. He just literally just keeps it super, super simple. Amazing negative R trader. Anyone who ever says negative R doesn't work just needs to go and watch him trade, I think, because he's great at it, isn't he? Brilliant. How are we doing in the chat? Morning, guys. Morning.
Bad. I missed the trade already this morning. I should have jumped into this 5-minute double break. It's an 80% stat on gold. In my luck, it would have been the day that didn't break, but hindsight's a son of a gun. If gold gets the double break in the 5-minute order, wouldn't that flip the IB to low form first, which changes stats? Yeah, that's the issue. Now, with the low form first on the IB, high form second, we're only looking at 50-50. And then on the same note, we now have the high form first, low form second on Qs, which is also
terrible stats. Yeah, terrible stats.
Not only is it 50-50, but it's 14, 7, and 7. It's plenty of data points. It's happened very often for the high form first. I can't imagine it's going to be another no break day. We had a no break day yesterday, but this range is also we're looking at 160 points right now for 37 minutes into New York Open.
Yeah.
Dan is a teacher taking me to school every day.
What's that? Yeah.
I'm going to be looking at I was going to be looking at gold, but okay. Take a look at this stat on gold. MGC double break. 5-minute orb double break.
Wow.
79% on that stat.
So have you been taking that then?
No, I should have just taken it right here. I mentioned it with that little snap down we had at 947. it would have been a nice 20-point trade. I don't know where I would have put no stop loss on that though. Do I put it 1-1? Do I put it at 10 points?
What have you been taking them this month? Is that like contributed towards the data you've had, taking those 5 minute?
No, I actually just looked at this morning. Someone asked.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's a new one. Okay.
For the 5 minute on gold.
It's a good little one because obviously us trading the IB, most of our entries are, you're talking towards 10, 20, 10, 25, 10, 30. With that 5 minute double break, you potentially got a strategy there, haven't you, for earlier in the New York session, potentially.
Yep.
Which is cool.
Sad thing is, though, we're completely shot for data on Tuesday now. So low form first for gold, 40-30. Terrible.
Yeah.
We've had 3 no breaks on Tuesday with the low form first on gold. So no interest in taking this. I mean, you could take it and think that it's going to revert back to the mean. I'm not going to take it on gold today. Yeah, I'm 100% not going to take it on Qs. The 50-50 measure right now, the only thing that I could gather from that is you could go down to this table and say, okay, last week it was a high form low broke. Ooh, bad voice crack there. High form low broke. And with the data being 50-50, you could say this week would be a high form high broke. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
needs to collect that 50% on the other side. I don't know. I'm just shooting in the dark here.
Yeah. I found at the moment just leaning on the edgeful data and leaning on Vwap for me personally has just helped at the moment. Like, I know last Tuesday I took a short, which was not great data for edgeful on a Tuesday for NQ,
Tuesday
but the Tuesday teas, but Vwap was helping me that day. You know what I mean?
You did have a really nice trade on. I remember last week when I didn't take it.
Yeah, it was a nice trade in hindsight. Yeah, if it broke above the Vwap and it kept going higher, you could turn around and go, "Wow, it's." I mean, it's just a choppy day. So
actually, last week
it could have gone either way.
I got my win on gold, and you got your win on.
Yeah,
I reversed the position. I remember.
It was a good Tuesday, actually. Yeah, for a change.
5 minute double break on MGC. Yeah, that's a crazy good stat. So again, the 5 minute double break on gold. This happens 79% of the time on the 5 minute time frame. 101 times out of the past 128 trading days, we've had a double break on the 5 minute opening range. So the low form first, high form second. That doesn't really matter for the measure. We broke the downside at 936, and then we broke the 15-minute orb low. So it kind of took all the downside bias away at 947. And then we've just been on a spiral up, now breaking the 5 minute to the upside, 5 minute orb to the upside. So 79% of the time, this setup right here happens.
Yeah,
which is really nice.
Just do us a favor on that. Can you chuck a Vwap on at 9:30? Chuck a little Vwap on there.
I gotcha.
Just click on the.
Find it.
Put it on the 9:30 a.m. candle. Oh, that's it. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, looking at that, you see, that's where if I was looking at that, I would think entry on break of Vwap, something like that.
And then a perfect recess right at 10:02.
Yeah.
I would have taken it as soon as it broke the 15-minute orb. Or the 5-minute
interesting.
Right here at 9:47. Okay. So
where
my entry, that's the difficulty I was saying. I think maybe 1 micro and then 5-minute orb high was right there. So as soon as that candle broke, this is obviously in hindsight, and it's saying that I got a perfect entry. Maybe that. Or even just set it 1-1 and say it should go up to the high before it goes to the low. We'll see how to do yesterday. Go to yesterday's orb. So yesterday, our 5-minute orb, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We broke to the upside. So as soon as you break the upside, Target back to the low. This one would have been 10 points. So I guess just 1-to-1 on that again. And then there's that's your trade right there. That's actually not too bad.
If you've got a 70% stat and you're trading 1-to-1, right, 80%, and you're trading 1-to-1, yeah.
All right, let's see this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it broke it to the downside with a tiny, tiny wick. So long, back up to the high. I think we stumbled upon something here. I think we found something.
I like it because it gives some trade opportunities earlier in the session as well.
This one had no drawdown. That's 3 in a row with no drawdown. Okay. Let's go. Excuse me. Let's go back to the previous session. Let's see. There's a loss right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one was a no double break. So this would have hit your stop loss
quickly.
Which, let's see. So your short would have been this one. At least it's only 6 points though. So your loss.
Here's a question for you.
Go ahead.
Could you with because the edgeful stats shows the double break. I'm just wondering, with like a custom report, could you maybe filter out the longs versus the shorts?
We could, like, breakouts versus breakdowns. This doesn't really have that many though. 13, 14.
No. I'm talking about when the double break happens. Do longs double break? So say, for example, breaks to the downside, then shoots back up and gets your double break win, versus break to the upside and take the short down to the bottom.
It already shows that right here. It's just 10% of the time. It's equal for the breakdown and breakout.
Right, the breakdown and breakouts aren't double breaks, though, are they?
Yeah, correct. So it's saying it happens.
But what I'm saying is, can you, with a double break, filter out the longs and shorts? Or could a custom report do that? Yeah, that's why. I'm thinking out loud at the moment.
Yeah, I get you. I don't think there's any benefit to trying to filter those out because this is smack dab down the middle that it's either a breakdown or breakout only 10% of the time. But this one, for this loss, which isn't bad at all, this is 6 points.
Yeah.
So if you're going with 1 micro, that's only a $60 loss as opposed to doing the same. But then you have these ones where it's, okay, we broke 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go long, target the upside 15 points, and your stop loss is at 15 points. There you go. So this one had, I think we stumbled across something new here. I'm liking this.
Could this be an algo as well?
I think you could. As soon as it breaks that 5-minute orb, you reverse the position.
Yeah.
Chat, what do we think? I think we stumbled upon some gold here.
That's golden gold.
This is awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
So this is another win Wednesday last week. So you should expect 4 wins a week, 1 loss. Let's see how this one worked out. Son of a gun. This was last Tuesday, too. When I flipped the position anyway. Okay, wait a minute. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As soon as it hits, 21 point TP. Oh my gosh.
How are you doing your stop loss points again? How are you figuring out 21 points? Just 1-to-1 to the bottom of the. Okay,
yep.
I got you.
So the double break, as soon as it breaks to the upside, the 5-minute orb breaks to the upside, you short and your TP's the downside, the orb low.
I like it,
5-minute orb low.
I like it.
I think we stumbled across something really nice here. So today,
I like it.
For today's example, your entries as soon as it breaks the low. So technically, you're always just pulling the trigger with a market order. You're probably not going to get that good of an entry.
Yeah.
So our 5-minute orb high is right there. 4, 6, 7, 8.
What time is that entry? 9:47. Yeah.
9:47, and then your stop loss put it 1 to 1. Stop loss.
What time are you out?
14 points. You're out at 10:06.
10. See, that's what I mean. You got a trade there, haven't you? Using edgeful data in the first half of the session.
First 30 minutes of the session. This is,
like it.
I mean, just a couple days we went and looked at. This is really interesting.
But this is it now. For anyone who's watching this and getting excited by it now, do not just go and click buttons tomorrow and go and trade this. Go and do your back testing. Go and look at the edgeful data. You've got to do your own research into this yourself as well. But this is
buddy. I'm going to full port it tomorrow. So this was the only loss that we've seen right here. And the good news is your loss, as long as you don't continue to average into it, you had more than enough time to also make that loss back by taking the IB, because this continued up like 120 points for the day. So you had more than enough time to make your money back. Funny enough, last Thursday I actually shorted gold up here at 4596 because of the extension of it. It went to 1.6. Let's keep this one quiet, shall we?
What's great about it though is just the pure simplicity of it, isn't it? It's super easy to execute.
Yeah,
I think as well you'll be able to use an edgeful indicator to get the orb set up as well.
Yeah, you can also just change the IV to 5.
Either way, but either way you can get this indicator set up on your charts every single day at a click of a button. You'll be good to go.
I'm keeping this one quiet. I'm not saying anything. Market makers are not going to find this one.
Yeah, they seem to have found the IB in August.
Yeah, this sounds like guns. What do we think about this gold strategy right here that we just stumbled upon? So this looks like as soon as that orb breaks, so the second you get that 5-minute orb break, and this is also testing it in hindsight, I bet with the speed of these candles, you could probably get an entry down at like 2 points, 3 points lower. But then you're also putting your stop loss lower. And then the risk...
So it's just a wick.
Yeah,
it's just a wick.
Just the same thing with the IB. It just needs to break it with... So this one from last Tuesday, for example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It broke it right at 9:35. And then you go short. TP is the 5-minute or below. And your stop loss is 1 to 1. So 1 micro on this is a $210 risk, $218 risk.
So you would do a market order as soon as you get a wick.
Yep,
wick,
market
order straight in. So your entry is going to likely be either on the top of the range if you're going short, or just outside the range.
So let's see another one. This one's
got it.
One more from last Monday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it broke it to the downside. Didn't break the upside, broke to the downside. So you would have gone long right here. TP
it's awesome.
is the 5-minute orb high. Right? 9:35, yeah. And then stop loss is 1 to 1 right there.
Look at that. Bish bash bosh, you in and you out.
2-minute trade, 4.5 points. So it's that it doesn't look like it's super lucrative all the time, but like 4.5 points, and the next day you get a 21-point trade. For anyone wondering in chat right now why we're not looking at M&Q, by the way, M&Q IB rejection for Tuesday. MGC first off, low form first. We have a 40-30 stat. I'm not taking that. MNQ 50-50 right down the middle. So there's no advantage to us taking a short unless... also, we just went and hit the outside day stat too. So draw to the downside's kind of gone as well. I want to back test one more because this is actually really enjoyable.
And this is it, guys, in the chat. I'm going to tell you now, as Zinc sort of does this, if you are looking at this and you're not getting excited by this, you're in the wrong game. you are in the wrong game, I promise you. If you are getting excited, though, by watching this video, exciting opportunity, you are in the right game here. You're a trader. Yeah. Yeah.
There's been one loss on this in the past 2 weeks. We can actually just go into...
In a month, it's been rubbish. You know, for the IB.
Yeah.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
For this. Look at that. I don't know why I didn't just look at the table, but you've had over the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Over the past 11 trading days, you've had 2 losses. If I look at that streak the month before, or the 2 weeks before.
Right, come on, man. You're going to have to get some copyright on this. The name of the strategy, TM it, get it all locked in.
Oh my gosh,
ASAP,
I'm excited.
All the guys on chat, they're going to be going on Twitter afterwards and they're going to be naming the strategy, TMing it. You need to get on it quick, mate.
Okay, 1 minute orb's a little too low, Schluck, because then you don't have a range to trade. This is awesome.
It's cool. I like it.
Look at, so there is a stretch here where you had 3 losses over 11 days. So the strategy must be terrible there, right? But oh my lord, look at that.
Yeah, but with 1-to-1 though, 1-to-1, you only need over 50% of it to be profitable. So it's. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. This, I mean, you have some drawdown. I should have taken that today. Son of a gun. I'm 100% gonna look at this tomorrow on stream. So make sure you guys tune in. Let's see one more. This is so fun. Looks like this was another loss. Was this on August 13th? 8/13 breakdown. So this one never ended up double breaking. Your losses are when it doesn't pivot back up. So your loss on this one would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's your break. You go long. Your TP's at the high. So this is an 11.2 stop loss. And that one hit at the orb low. Good news for this though is if you lose, you can probably go and take the IB right after. And the IB had a perfect 50% entry, and then you just go 1-to-1 and you're break even now.
Yeah.
Interesting. So there's a loss right there on the single breakdown. This one never ended up recovering. So $110 loss. We have a 6-point loss and an 11-point loss so far.
It's very cool though, because like I say, it's just simplicity of it.
That's super simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Broke it to the downside at 9.39. So you go long right here. TP's back set to the high, 9.3 points. Stop loss is 9.3. Bada bing, bada boom. Oops. TP hit in 5 minutes. I'm excited about this. I'm definitely going to be looking at this tomorrow.
But it just shows, though, that if you're willing to put the time in on edgeful and have a look, there are opportunities there, aren't there? There is data there hiding away that for you to find, you know, and create a simple strategy from. You just did it in seconds.
Yeah.
Just finding a cool little stat. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
And today this would have been 14.7. And that only had, if you got your entry right with the market order, you only had 4 points of drawdown too. It's pretty nice.
It's nice.
MCL we'll take a look at. MCL, we wanted the low to form first, I believe, right? Let's see. CL, IB by rejection. We're not taking it. I'm not taking it on Qs today. Dan, you can take over.
Yeah,
I'm not going to.
Yeah, go on. You finish this.
We actually have. I could take the entry on this today. 30 cents. We can go in with 5 micros. It's got 3 minutes left. I can find where the chart went. There it is. So we have low formed first. Just scroll a little bit more. Low formed at 950, high formed there. There's our CL range. 65% stat. Low form high broke, low form low broke. It's right at the midpoint. We could take it on this today. I'm not going to look at Qs at all. I'm going to try to prevent myself from getting mixed up there. I'm not going to take it on gold either because the stats aren't really that good. 40-30.
Give me talk about NQ for a second.
Yeah, go for it.
So let me just get my.
I'm not posting anything about that gold strategy. You guys are gonna have it right on stream. That's it. Yes, walk. Gold's orb. The double break in the orb. You can get in and out before Trump's bathroom break. That's ideal. Can someone in chat check for me? Do we have crude inventories today? Because if we do, I'm not going to take this. I have been lucky the past couple of weeks on that, not knowing that we had crude inventories at 10:30. You can call it the golden flush. The golden orb. How about that?
Does
anyone know? Do we have crude inventory?
I'm gonna leave Zinc and I'm gonna come back on because I'm just struggling to share my screen at the moment. So let me just come off and come back on. Won't be a second.
Yeah, go for it. Tomorrow is crude inventory. Is there crude inventories today? Nope, it is tomorrow. Scheduled for Wednesday. The official US EIA weekly crude inventory report is not released today. It's rescheduled for Wednesday. Okay. He's back.
I'm back.
StreamYard's been having some issues today. I tried starting the stream and it said they had excess volume or more than normal
really?
volume. Yeah.
Here we go.
We get an entry on crude. I'll take it at 82.51.
So that's
6 micros too much.
Ooh,
go ahead.
We've already broken the IB low. Already broken it there. So I was going to talk about it. Never mind. In all honesty, though, what I'm doing at the moment is because the way the markets have been over, especially last week, is we've been getting this move lower and then we're just reversing like this all the time at the moment. So what I did yesterday, we are getting some volatility here at the moment.
Oh, it would have happened again if I front ran it. Son of a gun.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Well, front run what?
Stop yapping. If I had just taken the entry at 10:28. Oh my gosh.
For where?
Crude, look at this.
Crude, go on, you show your screen again.
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, wow.
Perfect 50% entry. I had my order set too. Son of a gun.
What's the
consumer confidence is at 10:30, so this is most likely a Trump bathroom tweet.
Yeah, let's have a look. I'm just having a look.
Oh man, if I had pulled the trigger, 10:28, we had a perfect 50% entry. That might have had positive slippage on it too.
Trump, all mines are being removed and or detonated from Hummers. So bullish news for the market.
What do we say?
For oil anyway.
When's his bathroom break?
Well, he's done it while it's 10. Look at that, 10:30, and he's made that announcement. So it is his bathroom break again, isn't it?
Yeah, he goes to the bathroom 10:20 to 10:30 every day.
Jeez.
I was typing my entry and it froze my whole copy trade and canceled the order. Yeah. Or the chances he does that after IB settlement. You could have gotten your entry, not that I'm saying with the data on gold today, but you could have gotten your entry at the midpoint too on gold. I was a freaking hair away from getting, if that had wicked down a little bit, man.
Where would you have entered?
Right at the 50. Look at the 50 at 10:28, and I asked if there was crude inventories instead of taking the entry.
So
when you're all coming in hindsight, right? Trump could have said something just as bad, and that could have wicked down, and I would have hated myself for the day.
So when you're like, because I'm sure like other people are running this as well. When you're choosing like which one to trade, whether it's NQ, you're not going anywhere near at the moment, but oil or gold, are you looking at like which one is around the IB50, around about 1020-ish, plus with strong data that supports it, and you'll go with that one for the day? Am I right in saying?
Not even that. It's so this is our data on crude today, 63% stat.
Yeah.
Would I rather take the 63% or go over to gold? And the gold stats are 40-30.
Yeah. So you're thinking oil today. I will go for
Absolutely.
oil if it's near IB50. Be you too busy getting excited about the gold, double break, yapping away too much, and you missed the IB50. Yeah.
I did not take a gold trade. The gold data for today is not really that good. What we can look at now, though, so it's broken the upside. We can take a look at the levels on the IB. So gold for a breakout day on a Tuesday. If this retraces back in, and this is good stats, we have 100% stat to go to 0.2. That's 6 out of 6 Tuesdays for a breakout, and 0.4 even. So go and slap your IB by levels on here. 0.2, 4689.5. We should go and hit on gold coming up here. I was so close to just taking that on crude too, and look at that. Kabush.
So you're happy to front run it by 10 minutes or so if it's at the IB50 and if you got data to support it?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Fair.
Gold closing zones or crude closing zones don't matter. I will 100% be taking crude tomorrow, regardless of where it closes on the IB. This is our data for a Wednesday on crude. 90 and 87.
Wow.
Part of the fun about edgeful and looking at the IB trades, and this is why I've been doing so well for the month, is you don't have to force the IB trade on Qs. There are much better tickers out there that you can be trading. So crude, for example, on a Wednesday, this is the only day of the week that it's like this, by the way. So if you go to Thursday, Friday, crude gets right back down. Thursday is actually, if the low form first, you have a very, very good stat to go and take the high. But like Friday, Monday, Tuesday, the stats are pretty meh. They're not really that great. We already looked at the Tuesday stats. It's 57, 42, 63, 27. So these aren't really that good. But if you go to Wednesday, Wednesdays are hot for crude right now for the IB. So if I'm going to take this trade on a Wednesday and then I go over and I'm going to say, I don't really like trading crude, so I'm going to take it on QQQ instead for a Wednesday. And you're trading these stats, they're not terrible, but crude is arguably much better because you have a 90% stat as opposed to 69.
Yeah. Wednesday and Friday are the best, I think, for NQ, isn't it?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. Friday especially. Friday's very good for NQ. Although I wouldn't trust NQ. It's hard to trust it at the moment.
I barely missed my entry today on crude. Barely. I almost clicked market order too. That was very close. So that was from the IB midpoint. This would have been the trade that I would have looked to get into. You'd have to go in with 5 micros though on this. That's a 40-cent IB. So that's your trade right there. 37-cent risk. It's a point per penny on crude. So if you go in with 1 micro, it's $37. You'd scale it up to 4 or 5. That would have been my trade. Is that still a 930 to 1030 IB? Yes. Yeah, all the data is set to New York. I know the pit time open is different for gold and crude, but for all these data points, I'm always looking at New York, 930 to 4. You can see right here on the tab as well, 9:30 to 4 o'clock. So this is probably going to end up being a no trade day for me today. A minute too late. I should have looked at crude inventories earlier, but it's okay. How about that drop on QQQ as well?
Yeah, it's a nice bouncer now.
Already went and hit 0.2 standard deviation, and that's probably it for the data, right? QQQ, IB by levels. Breakdown days. 70% to go to 0.2, and that's pretty much it. 0.4 only has a 50-50. 10 days, 5 have hit 0.4, 5 have not. It's not really probably done for the day. Any ibuprofen report on ES? Same thing. ES already broke the low, so no point in looking at it. Actually went to 0.8 on ES.
Oh, wow. Yeah, look at that.
Just above 0.8. I was actually targeting POC on NQ, so it was short all the time. Nice. I'm still counting the stream as a win, Dan. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna be deploying what we learned today.
I'm counting it as a win in the sense of the gold double break. I think that is very exciting because it doesn't clash with the IB trades. It's another little opportunity and edge there, and it's really simple to execute. I think anyone can execute this. It is really, really simple. 1-to-1. Love it. Yeah.
This, for anyone in stream right now, by the way, and Dan too, this is how I found the IB strategy. So before the IB, I was trading London 50, which is measuring the pre-market range, the high and low from pre-market, and then taking reactions at the 50%. So for today on gold, 2 years ago, I would have taken a short probably right at 1026 off of London 50. Funny enough, it would have worked out. And then I was stumbling across edgeful. I was just looking through the reports on edgeful, and I noticed the IBY rejection report. And at the time, the IBY rejection report was very similar to what it looks like for Wednesdays, but it was for all weekdays. Especially Tuesdays. Tuesdays were like 90% across the board. So that's how I came across the IBY rejection, or the IB. IB remains goated. And then just stumbling across other reports, getting questions in chat like we did today, looking at the gold double break stat on the 5-minute orb, 78%, 79%. So it actually added another point on here. So over the past, this is 6 months worth of data, by the way. This is going all the way back to February of this year. You could have taken this double break. And there's, looking at the table, you've had, the worst streak you had was in March. You had 3 losses in a row. But that's also following like 4 wins in a row, 3 losses in a row.
You wait though. You wait though until someone on Twitter comes to you and go, well, hold on, Zinc. Have you back tested 10 years worth of data with this? Are you sure this works? You sure it works? 10 years of data. it's like I don't think enough. It's never enough for some people, is it?
Well, look at this. So
want to look back
after those 3 losses you went on in a row in May 4th to May 18th was a 13 consecutive win streak.
Yeah.
13 wins in a row on the double break. And really quick, we just already reviewed how to go about entering it. If you don't take that trade tomorrow, you and I are going to have problems, Dan. Just take it with 1 micro. Why not?
Yeah, it's my homework. It's my homework tomorrow. When you're fast asleep in the States, I'll be getting up in the morning here in sunny Sri Lanka, and I'll be diving into it before the session tomorrow for sure.
Yep, very good. The entry criteria, the time frame on it, you have all the way until New York close to trade that, because this is set to New York's 9:30 to 4. So this has all the way until 4 o'clock to play out. With this data, I would leave it until there. 101 and 128 is incredible. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything to Andre or James tomorrow. I'm just going to take the trade, and they're going to be like, what are you? You're taking a trade 5 minutes into the open? What the heck?
Let's go. We're going to get so rich, boys. Andre, comment here. Did you take the IB targeting IB low? Which asset you talking about, mate? Is it NQ? Because if so, no. No.
But can be double broken with bigger candle, broken the 5-minute orb. You could get stopped out, yes, but all those examples we just looked at the past couple of weeks, you wouldn't have been.
You could always get stopped out. That's why you have a stop.
Yeah, and the two losses that there were with that quick little back test we just did, the two losses were 6.4 points and 11 points, which is nothing. That's $64 and 110. But for having a 13 win streak, an 11 win streak, a 9 win streak, yeah. I think as long as you go in, like what Dan said, as long as you just go in with one micro, you only need to win more than 50% of the time. And this is winning 80% of the time.
Yeah. You'll screw yourself. You'll screw yourself up when you start messing with the position size and you go on a 2-trade winning streak. You think you're the God's Earth, and then you start raising it to 2 micros, 3 micros, 5 micros. You take a loss, and it's how you start messing with your edges, isn't it? Keep it consistent.
But if this double break stat can carry out while MNQ is trying to fix what it's doing for the IB, then we'll be fine. Does it work on different IBs? It doesn't look like it works as well. So the opening range, you could try it on Qs, but Qs only breaks 70%. That's 10% less. So if we go over to this chart for today, for example, it looks like you could have tried it. So we broke the opening range to the upside. As soon as you break that, you go short. Just 1-to-1 stop loss. Target the low. Stop loss 1-to-1. It did end up working today. There you go. This is something that you can go and back test on your own, though. You can go look at QQQ. I'm just going to be taking it on gold because that one is much more
strong. Yeah.
Decisive.
Yeah. It's an exciting strategy, though. For sure.
I think you might be able to tweak where your stop loss goes too. Oh, could you do it with different times? Let's see. Let's see how it works with Asia. 5-minute orb double break. Hello. 75%. Let's go test it from last night, shall we?
On what? Which one?
During Asia session. 75% during Asia until midnight.
Wow.
So last night we got to go to the 8 o'clock open from last night, which is 2000. 2000. So went up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Broke it right away at this candle. TP would be the high, 12.5 points. 12.5 points.
Someone's asking what's that stop loss size you use. Am I correct in saying the stop loss is the size of the TP? So wherever the double break is, so your stop loss is not placed at a certain candle or is literally just the size of your TP. So work out your TP first, see how many points that is, then do the same for your stop loss. Same points.
Can you adjust it to the 5-minute? We're fine with the 5-minute. You don't need to use the 8 or 7. But you can't, yes, on edgeful you can. You can go into this customization. You can customize it to whatever orb you want. This is remarkable. Even during Asia session last night, it would have worked. We're keeping this sauce secret. It's only for the edgeful stream. It's
very cool. Very cool.
Yes, this course will be 1,997 if you guys want access to.
Can I have 5% of the course sales because I was here?
Yes.
Okay, good. Easiest 5% I've ever made.
But then I get your 5% royalties. So.
What?
Comes back.
You'll need t-shirts made and everything. The gold double break and get it all done, mate. I can do that part of the business.
I almost took a little long there on that retest, but we already hit 0.4 extension on gold today as well, which if we go to IB by levels, New York, IB by levels on breakout days, we had an 83% sat to go to 0.4. I don't think it'll go to 0.6. If it does, I'll take a short up there. If not, then I'll just kind of ride it out. I'm a little sad about the CL trade because it hit TP in a minute again, but that was also a news candle, so I can't really base a trade off of that. So for the orb on gold, this is what I'm going to do tomorrow. And again, make sure chat, we don't say anything to Andre or James. I'm just going to spring this upon them because they've never seen me take a trade that early before. So here's our New York open. Skip ahead one more candle. That is our 5-minute orb right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So wait for it to break. In today's example, oops, I'm going to select this bar again because we broke. So wait for it to break on MGC. You can see that we made a new low right there. So it broke to the downside. Then,
did it break?
It did. Gold MGC did, but even then we'll do this. So your TP is 14.5 points. This is your entry. As soon as it breaks, that's your entry. 14.5, 1-to-1. You are waiting for price to snap back up to the high, which it almost went and took the high as soon as it broke. And then we had one more quick break on the 15-minute orb right about here. One more candle maybe? There we go. So there's your 15-minute orb. You're still in the trade right now because it broke at 9:36. And we'll wait for it to play out. We're going to keep dragging this to the right.
So you're playing the 15-minute double break now, right?
Almost. You could play the 15-minute double. This is still the 5.
You're playing 2. I know, but you're playing 2 breaks in one here now, aren't you, I suppose.
And then, as we all know, there you go. So TP hit at 10:06. That's how I'm going to go about entering that trade tomorrow. As soon as that 5-minute double breaks, or as soon as that 5-minute breaks once, what the data is telling us is that we are favored to double break at 101 out of 128, or 50 out of 60 times, or every 5 out of 6 times it happens. So market order in as soon as it breaks. TP is 1-to-1. So our TP is set at the 5-minute orb high because that's validating a double break. Stop loss is 1-to-1. So whatever our TP is, we just put our stop loss down to 14.5. I've actually back tested this before. I also did it during different hours throughout the day, but also on an hourly. How'd it work, Rahul? Best would be if you join late and enter the trade 1 minute. Well, you don't want to, if I don't get the entry right at the double break, I'm not going to chase it up on like the 9:37 candle. I'm not going to put my entry right there because then 1-to-1, you've missed half the move and you're going to get stopped out before the move happens. So that's the same concept with any trading strategy. You don't chase it if you miss your entry. You just kind of have to sit there and wait. But this is how I'm going to go about trading it tomorrow. This is what we stumbled upon today. It's a 79% stat to happen. Go ahead.
Let me just steal the screen for a second. So,
Gotcha.
There we go. So basically, if you guys have got an actual subscription already, you can just literally click on the indicators here. If you go onto the, where is it? Edgeful orb opening range breakout, click on that. And then when you go onto settings, just make sure you set the 5-minute opening range and you'll have it all set up for you. So literally, if you do trade the orb and the IB, literally just click on the indicator there. And then when you're done with it, and say you want to trade the IB late in the session, just can do that, can't you?
Yep.
Just that's what I plan to do anyway, just to keep it super swift and simple swapping between those. But I'm going to be with you. I'm going to join you with that tomorrow.
Nice.
I'm gonna spend the morning tomorrow, like I said, just looking into it a little bit more. But I think, yeah, it's a nice one.
What do we name it?
Sure. Oh, the Gold DB. The
gold.
Come on, chat.
Gold DB. What do we name this?
Here.
Trey David just said this is a back test from 08-27. 14 TPs, 7 stop losses.
1-1. So
that's a 66% win rate. Still really good. One of those stop losses, by the way, David was 6 points.
The golden secret. The Gorb.
The Gorb? I like that.
Anyone putting ideas in the chat right now? I just want to be clear that Zinc's already promised me 5% already in royalties, so we can't promise you anything at the moment. But we're happy to share ideas anyway. You will be remembered always for your ideas, I promise.
Tomorrow, GC is the 88% stat for Double Break. The Gold Digger.
Call it Gold Digger.
IBDB.
The IBDB, but it's the Orb D. It's the Orb, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not an IB.
Yeah. The Golden Nugget.
I can't wait to show that. I'm going to take this trade on stream with them tomorrow, and they're going to be in disbelief that I'm taking one that early, and they're going to see it.
You know what you want to do? Just 15 minutes into the session, or whenever. Say your trade is closed 20 minutes into the session. You just want to be right, boys. Taking my trade. I'm done for the day. I'll see you next week.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. I'm done. The Zinc GC Orb break strategy. There you go. Got your name behind it as well on that one. You need to TM this, mate, quick.
GC Orb trade market.
The gold anti-orb. Why anti? Why anti? Because it's going against the breakout. It's like break and then double break, maybe. Yeah, but I tell you what, the absolute masterclass though, fair play to you, Zinc, in just how to look at the data, how to go onto TradingView, look at it in a few trades, get excited about it, and then start looking into how you're going to actually execute it.
It's better than the IB. Cool. Scratch that. You can take this alongside the IB for the day too.
Yeah, you can though, can't you?
I'm very excited.
Yeah, me too. That is cool. The gold exchange.
Must not be shown to Andre or James Bruce. The Zorb.
Zinc cooked the orb. Is that a shout out to me being here when Zinc came up with the idea? Is my name in there for that? Because I appreciate that.
I'll be trading it during London 90%. Nice. The golden split. This is how you adapt to the market, by the way. We know that M&Q and MES aren't doing very well for the IB.
Yeah.
So our adjustment is to look for something else.
Yeah.
Or we're trading the same strategies that we would typically be trading in. We just make small adjustments.
Yeah. You're always going to get people, though, who are going to turn around to you and go, your strategy
Well, actually, over 20 years, this is 50-50.
I didn't know you had that voice in you.
I don't have any glasses to put on here, or else I would.
Tomorrow's stream.
There we go. That's perfect. Unprofitable, broke-ass gold strat. So the market makers don't. We got to fly it under their radar.
Can't fit that on a t-shirt though. That's the problem. We're thinking about everything here, you know. Dan, enjoy the nice weather and food in Sri Lanka. Cheers, mate. Cheers. Someone asked how my holiday's going as well. It sucks on the first week. It sucked. After my stream last Tuesday, whatever happened, I got a winning trade on Tuesday, and then I must have caught something. My body must have been shocked by actually it not being a Tuesday tease day. And I was proper ill last week, but Yeah,
Like,
just I was in the gym on Wednesday afternoon and I just felt proper faint and proper lightheaded and I just thought it was sunstroke and I went home, rested, and I just got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse into Thursday and Friday and just don't know what it was in the
the
end.
monkeys throwing poop at you.
Yeah.
We are thinking merch already.
Yes, we are. It's all been
sorry.
planned.
I would take this type of stream over us trying to get a trade out on M&Q, which we didn't today because the data wasn't there for it. MCL, I barely missed a win. It would have been nice to have a win. But guess what? When you miss a trading day, there's no harm done.
No, yeah.
Didn't make anything today, but I didn't lose anything. The accounts are not at risk of being lost.
Same.
I bet this is going to hold up because every time I tried testing an orb strategy on gold, it was crap. So the anti-orb is the way to go. Embrace the mean reversion. I don't typically do this, but we can, to see how it held up over the year, we can just go back to more data. Over the past year, it's still at 75%. 2 years. Show me something good.
70.
Wow.
What is that? I can't see.
75.
74.
Another color needs to change.
Wow.
So this is 2 years worth of data, by the way. It's happened 382 times. Now for the big shebang.
Ooh.
The anticipation building.
It's proper crunching the numbers
70.
What?
Wow. Forever.
Don't you ask the question though? Why have we not seen this sooner? Why have you not seen this sooner?
I'm an idiot.
Huh?
How about, okay, this is what we're going to close the stream on. For all the, they won't have anything to say, Dan. We're going to go to February of 2025. February 12th of 2025. Okay.
Just a random day, yeah?
Sunday. We're going to find our opening. There we go. There's our open. Nope, that's not February 12th. Oh, it's because this contract's not valid until then. Hold on. We can't go that far. I think this contract's only dead. Okay, we'll go to GLD then, because this one doesn't have an expiration. Alrighty. So same thing. February 12th, 2025. Go to. There's our pre-market for. What is going on? Because the contract rollover. That's why. Guess we can't go that far back. We'll go to August 3rd of 2026 then. That works. Okay. Monday, August 3rd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, the first one I pick is going to be a loss. All right, next day.
Oh, it doesn't work. I don't know. It doesn't work.
Why it won't let me go further back than that? Is it because I I don't know. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Broke it to the upside. So you'd go short. Don't tell me it's going to be back-to-back losses. Are you kidding me? TP the low.
Oh, that's going to be tight.
75 cents. 75 cents. Double loss. 2 days in a row loss.
Double loss.
I'm a fraud. I don't know what's happening to the chart. It's only showing me 2 days worth of trading. Okay, this one's gonna be a win, right? August 5th. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Broke it to the downside, so you go long. I think we looked at this one. Go long. TP is the high. 1.08. 1.08. There you go. Zero drawdown trade. So 2 losses in a row to start. I hope that keeps everyone away. Strategy sucks. Don't trade it. You can.
You took 2
actually,
losses.
I am.
2 losses means you get rid of it now.
Yeah,
2 losses, you jump strategies
out the window.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard anyway.
So the 5-minute. I think this is why I got hidden away, because everyone looks at the 15-minute orb and it says it's a 50-50 for a double break. 5-minute on Qs for 5 years. Let's see.
That'd be interesting.
68% Oh, that's 6 months. Hold on. GC1 continuous contract. Thank you. 68% over 5 years for Qs. So this might be something you can trade kind of universally too. We'll review it for yesterday. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Broke it to the downside there. This one would have been very difficult. So your TP is 160 points. Stop loss is 160. Son of a gun.
Wow.
Almost got it. We could,
look at that.
Wait a minute. We could use this on Qs for the IB, for an added confluence on the IB. The stats are meaningless if you don't know the stop loss rate. Stop loss is 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Stop loss rate should be 20%. Should theoretically be 20%. Well, forever model achieved. Found it.
But it's guys, you've got to remember as well. It's a 1-to-1 risk to reward. So it's not a negative risk to reward. You know, you're not going to get. This is not a strategy. It's going to give you an 80%, 90% win rate. Do you know what I mean? You're going to take 2 trades lost in a row, 3 trades lost in a row. It's going to happen. Like, you're trading a 1-to-1 profile. Like, you're going to take, losses in a row with any strategy. You got the data here for this.
This is it's pretty funny. In chat, someone just said there's going to be some guy that's been trading this for 5 years and he's going to be pissed that you found it. Probably.
Well, my argument is, why didn't he shout out and say it sooner?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
He didn't want everyone else to eat with him.
Yeah.
That is going to do it for the stream today, though. 1-to-1, yes, but how many times does stop loss hit before TP? We just reviewed over the past 3 weeks, and it stop loss hit twice.
Yeah, but that's where you need to go and do your. That's why I was saying at the beginning. You need to do your own due diligence as well. Look into it yourself.
Yes. That will do it for the stream today, guys. Though we have something new. We have something new to test, and this is 5 years worth of data. So those 20-year gurus can't say anything about this 75% of the time. I'm not going to post anything about this online, by the way.
No, I mean,
it's going to be reserved for the stream.
I will be building the business model with merchandise, TMing, name planning, and stuff. All that will be going in now. So
edgeful can't tell us the stop loss stats, but I mean, we just back tested it on stream for 3 weeks and it had 2 stop losses. The 2 stop losses were 11 points and 6 points.
Yeah, this is what you've seen with the IB due in August.
A lot worse.
Yeah, it's a lot worse. It's a lot worse.
But it looks like it also works on MNQ. So you can take that 5-minute for this example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Broke it right at 9:35. So you go long. Right there. TP is the high. 115 points. Stop loss. Would have gotten Just barely, though. Just barely. Yeah. And then it did end up hitting the double break at 11.50.
Yeah.
Gold seems a little bit better in that sense. We are at 11.06.
I'll say it again and again before we go, guys, is if you're not getting excited by this, you are in the wrong game. I promise you're in the wrong game if you do not get excited by things like this. Yeah, me too. Me too.
I'm very excited. We will see you guys tomorrow. Don't say anything to Andre or James, please. I'm going to surprise them.
See you guys. Have a good week.